Hey kids, welcome. I'm Belle. This is my bedroom and welcome to another super fun and colorful video. I know that my bedroom looks a mess. My house is going through renovations right now, so I'm really sorry about this horrible background, but this is pretty much the only place I have to film right now because my apartment is a huge mess. So I'm sorry about that, but I feel like it's the beginning of the year. It's January. So I feel like every year I'm going to be making 2 videos on first day activities because I have a lot of them and every year I feel like it changes, and I feel like every semester I'm going to be making a video on that. So this is 2020 first semester, first day activities. So these activities are going to be not only for kids, but they're going to be kind of multi-level. You can adapt and reuse them. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I put a new video every single Friday. I try to bring new things to the table, and because I know that teaching, especially nowadays, it's so hard for us teachers, and I feel like even though I'm still like really young, I have a little bit of experience. I've been working for almost 10 years in education, mostly with kids, but also with teens and adults. So I'm gonna try to share my experience, and please share yours in the comments below. So without further ado, let's go right into the video. That I have is a completely multi-level activity. I've been working with activities that I feel like they don't only fulfill the purpose of like teaching them something academically, but activities that also make them feel good about themselves, because especially nowadays kids, they feel so much pressure at home and their parents expect a lot from them. Teenagers too, especially when they're like in high school, their parents expect so much from them. And adults, like, they have bosses and their bosses expect a lot from them, and it's really hard for them to learn a second language most of the time, because adults, they have a lot of other responsibilities at home. They have bills to pay, so it's not only like school like for kids. And so I've been working on that, like on remodeling some activities that are going to fulfill that purpose, you know, of making them feel better, because as the years go by, I feel like they feel the pressure, you know what I mean? They feel the pressure at home, at work, at school. They feel the pressure. So this activity actually fulfills the sense of achievement thing that I've been working on. So on the first day, I know this is just the first day, but I introduced this on the first day, so we can go back to this throughout the semester. And what I mean is a portfolio. I loved this idea. I've been doing this and I've been loving it, like with children, teenagers, and adults. On the first day, I give them a paper folder that I do it myself. I'm gonna put a picture right here. So you can copy and DIY it as you think it's right. So I saw that and I was like, this is a great opportunity to teach them about sense of achievement. So on the first day, I give them this folder and I said, this folder has nothing in it, and by the end of the semester it's going to be full of things that we've learned together. So it's something that at the end of the semester you can go back to and look at the things that they added there. So every class I try to put something in the portfolio. If not every class, at least, guys, at least once a week, put something in the portfolio. By the end of the semester, that portfolio is going to be jam-packed full of activities, and it's easier for something that I heard from especially the teenagers and adults, because children, they're not like that self-aware yet. So, but something that I've heard from teens and adults is that portfolio actually helps them study at home. So they take the portfolio home, and whenever I have like a test or they just wanna, do the homework and go back to what we've learned, they go there, and it's like a bank, like an activity bank, that they can go back to that and revise it, and it's been working wonders. Like, I kid you not, it's been so amazing, so good, and I've been loving it, so I had to share it with you guys. So the first day I asked them to put their names. If it's a child, if it's like a kindergarten lesson, preschool, really young students, young learners, I asked them to decorate their portfolios and draw whatever they want, put their names, and really go all out basically, for them to be excited to use it. After all, they're going to be used that pretty much every single day. So that's my first new activity that I have, and it's been working amazing. I've been doing this for the past 3 semesters, and I thought I would make sure it was really working before I brought it to you guys, and it's been really working really well. So portfolio, number 1, don't forget it. Work on sense of achievement, work on like going back to it throughout the semester and revising it, starting the first day, guys. I feel like it starts on the first day. So my second would be, don't make like a lot of rules, make 3 rules. I feel like 3 is a magic number as Jack Johnson would say. 3 is a magic number, and I always have 3 rules. If I think I've mentioned this before. I don't think it was in the first day activity video, but I think I've mentioned this before or not, I'm not sure. But 3 is a magic number, so I have 3 rules. I don't have like a bunch of rules, I have 3, and my rules are: number 1, respect. You know how I feel about bullying. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know how I feel about bullying. I have a 0 tolerance policy where I work, not only in my class, but the entire school has a 0 tolerance policy when it comes to bullying. So respect is the first one, and I know that respect can be a very abstract concept for kids. So on the first day I try to work on that and do a little group dynamic activities that explain, like illustrate for them what respect is, because for young learners, they don't understand what it is. You have to show them rather than explain. So my first is respect. My second one is speak English, because I teach English as a second language, so this is really important for me. And my third one is listen to me. Remember this? 1, 2, 3, listen to me. I say this a lot, so it means that if I'm speaking, you don't speak over me, you listen to me. That's a rule. So these 3 rules, they work like gold for me. I've been using them, like these rules, since the beginning of my teaching career, so they've been working really well. Show them these rules, and even for adults, like show them, speak English, respect. If you have a question, talk to me in the end, or raise your hand, write it down and we can talk about later. Because for some students, they get really impatient and frustrated, and I just try to show them that it's okay to have a question. So calm down, relax, we can talk about it later. Don't freak out in the middle of the class. So that's my second tip for the first day. And my third first day activity is an agenda. Not the kind that you write down your homework or whatever. No, a board agenda. So what I do is I put a checklist on the board and I explain what we're going to do. And by the end of the class, we have to be done. That list has to be all ticked. So with kids, it works because they don't know what to expect, especially if they are really young. They don't really know what to expect in the lesson. They get really nervous and anxious. If they are teens, it works because, again, sense of achievement is really important. And again, they can go home and tell their parents, I've been learning this, this, and this. For adults, the same thing, sense of achievement. It's really, really good for them to see what they've been learning. I feel like if you don't show them what they've been learning, they feel like they aren't learning anything. So it's really, really important to show that. Put the agenda. So with kids, I put some pictures. Like I put an open book and I say, okay, today we have a story, and then I put a bird. The story is about birds, and then I put like a circle. So we're going to see the story in a circle, and then like a game thing, and say then we're going to play a game outside. I put a picture of a patio, the book. Then we're going to have an activity in the book, and then I put a picture of kids on a line. And say then we're going to make a line and say goodbye. That's what I do with kids. If they are teenagers, I usually put a sentence and I say, can you complete this sentence? They usually like, no, we haven't learned this yet. And I say, by the end of the class, you'll be able to complete the sentence. And that's what I do. By the end of the class, I go back to the sentence and they are able to complete it. With adults, I really just do a checklist. Like, put names of things, and in the end we go back to it and tick so they can see what we've been learning. So these are my 3 tips. So the rules, don't make a lot of rules, the agenda, and of course the portfolio. Tell me in the comments below what you think of those tips and activities, and share your activities, what you do on the first day of school. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I see you next week for a brand new video. Bye.